What is going on, guys? Today we're back with another video. It's your boy Tomad, and today's video is pretty interesting in my opinion. And in today's video, it takes place about a year ago, a year and a half ago. I was chilling at my house, and I text my homie. Okay, we're gonna call him Jonathan. Okay, I text my homie Jonathan, and I tell him, "Yo, do you want to go in the forest today?" So quick backstory. Me and Jonathan one time we were just chilling around at night in the forest, just walking around, right? And we found this cool spot. It had like this platform on top of, like, not on top of trees, but in the trees with a ladder. It had a bench, a campfire, and we thought that was pretty cool and we were gonna make it our spot, right? So I text Jonathan and we're like, "Yo, wanna go to the spot, make a fire, drink, whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, of course." So we get to like packing. I pack my shit, and I meet up with him. And I meet up at his house, and we go to the liquor store first, buy some alcohol, all that. And then we go to a Canadian Tire and we buy an axe and lighter fluid to like start the fire, right? So we do all that, we buy it, then we get to walking to the forest. So we get to the forest, we're walking around, we end up finding our spot, and then we sit down, we start cutting down some wood to get some firewood so we can get the fire started. And while we're doing that, we start drinking a bit, right? We had like cans and we had shots, and we start taking shots, right? And so we're drinking, we're cutting down trees. Then it gets a little darker, so we started the fire. And keep in mind, it was fall, okay? This is when all the leaves were dead, okay? Everything was like gone dry, and yeah, everything was dry, okay? So we get to getting the fire started, put a little bit of lighter fluid, and we're chilling, listening to music, talking, all the good stuff, right? And then comes to the point where we actually really start drinking a lot. And we're drinking, and then we're getting kind of drunk, okay? We're getting kind of drunk, and it's like 2 hours later, okay? It's like 2-3 hours later, okay? We're getting a little drunk, and the fire's going, and we start getting wild, right? And then my dumbass is a little drunk, right? So I proceed to start lighting shit on fire. I was just experimenting around the fire. I was making little lines around the fire, kind of just like have like a little line of fire going, right? Then I'll make a little circle, okay? And it's a little circle of fire beside the campfire, and it's dry leaves, okay? So we thought it was just gonna like go out, but clearly it's dry leaves and we're dumbasses. Well, I'm the dumbass in this situation. And we start, going back to the fire, and we think nothing of it. It's just a little circle of fire beside it. And we're talking still, and like 5 minutes later we look back at the circle, and the circle got a little bigger. And me and my friend are laughing. We're like, "What the fuck?" And we didn't think much of it. We thought it was gonna die down soon. So we get back to talking again, and then we start talking again, and it just kept on getting bigger and bigger, okay? And at this point we saw that it was getting bigger, but we were like, "Oh, it's just leaves, it's gonna be cool." We thought it was cool and funny, right? But fast forward like 30 to 45 minutes later to an hour, it's massive, okay? This fire has spread a lot, bruh. Like, I'm talking like 500 feet out, okay? Like, okay, maybe not 500, maybe like 300 feet out. It's like a 300-foot circle of fire, okay? And it's just the leaves, and we were like, "Oh my fucking god." And we were like, "Holy shit." Like, it looked like something out of a fucking movie. Like, we were in this circle of fire, and it was like insane to look at. And you know, we're looking at it. I go on top of the ladder onto the platform and I look at it from afar, and it was pretty crazy to say the least. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, holy shit. Like, it was low-key kind of cool to see, but it was low-key stupid. But yeah, we're like, oh my god. So we sit down, we let it go first, no fucking reason. And then 10 minutes later, we start going to look around the circle again, see how big it is. It's like 350 feet now. And we walk a little further down the circle, and we start seeing that there's a tree on fire. There's a fucking tree on fire, a dead, dry tree. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. I'm like, this is bad. So, I tell Mark, all right, bro, we gotta take the fire out, like, cause like it's gonna get bad. But he's like, hold on, and we grab a long wooden stick and we start rubbing it on the dead tree that's on fire, and it's making like huge sparks and flames, and we thought it was cool. I took a video of it. I'll see if I could find it and put it in. But it was pretty intense. And then we got kind of panicked, like, oh shit, dude, we gotta take this out before it causes an actual forest fire. And so we start taking it out, and keep in mind, we were kicking it with boots, okay? We had boots on, and we had to kick out this big ass fire with the boots. So we just start going at it. We start kicking the fire down on the leaves, and you know, just fucking making sure the fire is getting out. And it took us a long like 25 minutes to take it out, because it was a big fucking circle. And after kicking it out, the tree is still on fire, of course. Like, we can't do nothing about that. We're like, holy shit, let's hope that doesn't cause any fire. And it was pretty insane. And like, we're just like talking about it. It's like crazy. So I did not expect none of that. But then I come back a day later, a day or two later. I go in the forest and I look at it, right? I start looking at the spot, and the spot, it's just a big black circle. Like, it's just a big black circle of all the burnt leaves. The tree was nowhere to be found. I don't know where the tree went. It probably just burnt down to pieces. But when you went over there in the daytime, it was just a huge black circle, and it was low-key scary looking. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the story time, how I almost caused a forest fire. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this story time for today. And I'll be uploading more, of course. As you see, I'm uploading again a lot. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the story time. And please don't do what I do. Be safe when you're in the forest making a fire, or when you're drunk. Be safe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.